Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to our elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to all the brothers pushing this work in sincerity and truth. Brother Tamayan from James, Toronto, coming at you with another video. As you can see here, Ephraim is joined unto idols. This is the new Christ statue in Encantado to be taller than the one in Rio de Janeiro. Okay, so this goes out to IUIC. When you call on Christ, okay, this is Christ. You understand? You talk about Most High and Christ blessed. Okay, this is Christ, an Edomite, man. I don't care what you IUIC niggas gonna talk about. When you talk about Christ, you know, Christ is an Edomite. We're not going to mention that name or that title. The whole world know Christ or Cristo or oil anointed as this Edomite. But we know Yahweh Shai. All right. It says here, a new statue of Christ being built in Brazil will be taller than the famous Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro. But I like this Rio de Janeiro. Christ, the protector in the southern city of Encantado, will be 43 meters, 140 feet high, with its pedestal making it the world's third tallest Jesus statue. A head and outstretched arm were added to the statue, like a structure last week, which was begun in 2019. The idea came from local politician Adraldo Gonzatti, who died in March from the virus. Okay, let's go. Let's leave it like that. So this nigga, this is the reason why the Most High took him out. Okay, most likely he's an Israelite. Okay. Why didn't you pray to your Christ? You nigger, you. Okay. This says here, the project is being funded by donations. So guess what? You Israelites in the third world country always talk about you're so broke, you don't have any money, but you'll fund a statue of an idol in your country, right? This is nothing but idol worshiping, man. The Lord hates this shit. The $350,000, okay, to 2,000, so like your 255,000 pounds project is expected to be completed later in the year. The Association of the Friends of Christ group, which is in organizing it, says it is being funded by donations and individuals and companies. The associations add, but then they'll do this shit, but then they won't feed the poor. They won't give food to people who's on the street starving. You see, that's how you know this world is out of its mind, man. You won't feed the poor. You won't do anything for the people who need the money. But you'll make a big ass statue, putting out all this money to make a statue an idol. Okay, this is nothing but idolatry, and the Lord hates that. The statue is 36 meters from hand to hand, an internal lift will take tourists to a viewpoint in the chest region. So this is going to be built with an elevator, man, 40 meter up. Okay, so you can, articles here, and they call this Christ the Redeemer statue too, the one in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro. So Ephraim, this is the Northern Kingdom. You can go into the history of Rehoboam and what he did. Is it Jeroboam? Yeah, Jeroboam and what he did. Okay? He actually made our nation to go off and be lawless. Okay? And they never fully recovered from that. Ephraim. Is joined unto idols. And how many of these Latinos brothers um, have the name Ephraim. Many of them. I'll just get Hosea 4. And let me see if I can get some more. Hosea 4:14. I'll start at 14, yeah. Oh, you know what? It's okay. This whole, anything in Hosea when it comes to idol worshiping, right? It's good. I'll read from 7. Actually, all right, 4 and 1, because this whole chapter is good. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, you Latinos, Native Americans, and you Negroes, and you West Indians, you Haitians. This is you the Lord is talking about, or talking to, through the prophet Hosea. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. Okay, so because that statue has nothing to do with the Most High, of God. You people like to call him, right? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's not what he looked like. Secondly, he doesn't want you to make a statue of him because you never seen his face. Yes, we make pictures and drawings, but we don't worship it. We just say this is what he would look like if he was on the planet Earth. Okay? We don't make it and say, oh, that's him, and we're going to worship him. We don't do that. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea shall also be taken away. Yet let no man strive nor reprove another. For thy people are as they that strive with the priest. Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, Salakia, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. And the Lord had left the northern kingdom languished from time, even before these Edomites came over here and started putting the pressure on them, right? Their children fell, their mothers fell, got raped, their wives got raped, got ravished, and they got put into hardcore slavery, right? And that Christianity came right back. That new wine, right? That old wine, Salakia, came back. As they were increased, so they sin against me. Therefore, I will change their glory into shame. And that's one of the blessings of Ephraim, right? He's going to be fruitful. Look at all the Latin American countries, man. So many of them, right? They eat up the sin of my people, and they set their heart on their iniquity. And they shall be like, there shall be like people, like priests, and I will punish them for their ways and reward them for their doings, Salakia. For they shall eat and not have enough. They shall commit whoredom and shall not increase, because they have left off to take heed to the Lord. Salakia. Whoredom and wine, and new wine take away the heart. And that is whoredom. Okay? That's what you call fornication. Not having sex out of wedlock. Okay? Spiritual fornication. The Lord hates that the most. And I'm going to go into the law. My people ask counsel on their stocks. And you know what? Let me drop down to 13. They sacrifice. I know it's okay. My people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declare it unto them. For the spirit of whoredom hath caused them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under their God. And as you can tell, the northern and southern kingdom are two whores. The Lord chose them to be his wife, but they're two whores. That's the reason why the Lord gave Hosea that book to write, and asked him, and let him date that whore. This is a representation of Israel, because she kept going away and coming back. They sacrificed upon the top of the mountain, and those statues are on top of mountains, so you can actually see. Back in the ancient world, they did this under the groves, and now that's a big statue, man. That's an idol, and they worship that, and burn incense upon the hills, under oaks and poplars, and you end up. You see, the funny thing is, the poplar trees, the jigs over here in North America, the Southern Kingdom, they end up getting hung on them poplar trees because of the shit that they were doing back in the ancient world as well. That song "Strange Fruit," Billie Holiday mentioned poplar trees, right? Because they were using these as groves, and the Lord had to make an example, man. And elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore, your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery. And isn't this an adulterous generation? Okay, so that's the reason why you niggas can't have a good wife, or a good family, or a good household, is because the Lord, the same way the men did unto the Lord in the ancient world, and even now, by worshiping other gods, right? You are the one that's the Lord's wife. The men, okay? And the women are our wives. So if we're committing adultery against the Lord's going to have our wives do the same thing and give us a hard time. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom. That's right. Nor your spouses. That's the reason why they can get away with all this shit, because the Lord is the one doing it because of what we've done. When they commit adultery for themselves, are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore, the people that doth not understand shall fall. So let me jump down to 17. Okay? Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone. So we have to leave Ephraim alone, man. Okay, the Lord said to leave him alone. The Lord is the one that's gonna, bring him out of that state that he's in. Let me get the law. The 10 Commandments. Let's see what the Lord hates the most. This is the first commandment. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Okay? The first 2 commandments is what you niggas break the most. Especially you Northern Kingdom, man. All the kingdoms have sinned, Northern and Southern. But this is what the Ephraimites are joined to, idols. Okay? Here's commandment number 2. Thou shalt not make unto thee graven image or likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Okay? That is what the Lord said. It's a commandment that we agreed to keep. And look at us now. We have big ass statues of an Edomite, and we're praising him. How do you think that made the Lord feel? Okay, you're not supposed to bow down to these idols, man. You can make statues and paintings and stuff like that. We did that in the ancient world, but it was just to make our mark. We weren't bowing down to them. Okay, when you watch the Russian icons and all that, our forefathers weren't bowing down to those pictures. So those are the 2 first commandments that you broke with that big ass statue in Rio de Janeiro. Okay, so with that, I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to our elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.